How did I end up at 19 photographing 3 girls nude? These days it's probably not that big of a challenge, right? Everybody's got a phone. Everybody was introduced to sex on the internet at a too young of an age. But for me, this was remarkable. 19-year-old's dream. This is absolute joy. I'm Michael Joy. Here's what happened. I was working at the Satisfied Frog still. And remember, these waitresses were really beautiful, strong women. You know, they were putting up with crap to get these tips. You know, they were moms, they were college girls, whatever. Everyone was there for their own reason. We had these little arrangements. I was the busboy, so I had no shot at being a waiter. I was A, not confident enough, and B, the shorts were not for me. I wouldn't have been hired. But the girls would be like, table 16, cold spill. And I was like, okay. And another girl would come up, that son of a bitch grabbed my ass. Table 12, hot spill. So it was up to me to be, sorry, sir. And then they started paying me for the spills. So I had a little side hustle there. But anyways, I say that because we got to know each other. The trouble is I was exhausted because at this point I was working 3 a.m. to 10 a.m. at the grocery store. And then I would go to the restaurant at 4 p.m. and work till midnight to do the busboy thing. Now I didn't last long at doing that. I don't know, maybe 3 or 4 weeks. And I ended up making so much more money as a busboy because the girls were super generous with me. At a certain point, they learned that I was interested in going to art school for photography. And I kept talking about a portfolio that I was trying to build and this, that, and the other. Jenna, her name, I don't know how I remember this name. She's like, oh, my sister will be in town. She's got a great rack. She'll go for it. You know, take some pictures. I'm like, how old is she? I was 26. I was 19. I'm like, you know, that seemed old to me at the time. But what it was is then Jenna persuaded her sister and one of the other girls at the restaurant to say, oh, Mike wants to do these pictures for his art school portfolio. So I brought him to my house and I had a little photo studio set up. I don't know. I didn't know anything about photography. I took these coffee cans and I put car headlights in the coffee cans to make my photo lights and I hung them, car bat, nothing worked. Anyways, I was so nervous taking pictures of these girls. I don't think they were very good pictures either. Apparently I was even a teenager of integrity. And I showed the girls all the pictures I took and later I just said, look, I'm not going to be using these for the portfolio. Here's the photographs, here's the negatives. Don't ever sweat this in your life. It won't be good. But I sure did make sure that photo shoot took a long time. I was like, I remember it all. Hey, apparently a busboy had its benefits. I wasn't savvy enough to be like a cool...
But you were, a gentleman and handsome for the girls to offer you.
I had hair. I was kind of handsome as a kid. It kind of got older, but that was really sweet. And they were nice and they trusted me and it was okay. I thought, man, I need to be a photographer. That's when I went to art school to study. It was great.
So that's an inspiring story for those who have their first jobs right now. Right? First jobs, but doesn't seem like your, life path, right?
The busboys don't make money. I didn't have the confidence to be a waiter ever. And I worked at other restaurants too later, but I never made it past the busboy phase. I couldn't talk to a stranger. It was not possible.
You?
Oh, absolutely could not. I didn't learn to talk to strangers until in college when I was working for Murray Mattinson at Photographic Conservation Associates. It's a long time to be able to say that quickly because he had me answer the phone. He was a Vietnam vet. He was the guy that was the judo guy, and he had the horrific job in Vietnam of being the guy that had to go into the tunnels and clear tunnels with a knife, not a gun. He was a very angry man, but he taught me to stand my own ground, and it took a long time for me to unwind from that. I should tell you about the Murray Mattinson story. Let's hear about the guy who had to sustain many horrors in Vietnam and how he ended up coming out being a very important teacher in my life.